Hello everybody and welcome back to Dragon Wing Diamonds. Yes, I am back after a very long hiatus, which I will explain everything in this little whip and chat here. I do have like a couple of points of good news and a couple points of bad news, but we'll sandwich the bad news in with the good news. So first set of good news is that we got a new diamond. Woo! I got engaged. My fiance proposed to me over the summer, actually in August on our anniversary. So that was exciting. Just get this 1-3-10 here. Or 2. So yeah, we got engaged over the summer. Couple points of the bad news. Unfortunately, we did have to put down 2 of our kitties this year. During the hiatus. I don't know, it's like what, a year and a half or something like that I've been gone, I think. So yeah, we unfortunately had to put down 2 of our kitties. Elvie and Pippa passed away on us. Elvie, of course, was from old age because, you know, he was an old man. And Pippa, she had a weird situation. She had, what was it, like a laceration in her intestines or something like that. So, like, I got a call when I was at school from my fiance, and he's like, Pippa's, like, coughing up blood right now, and you have to get home. And so I got home and got her to the vet, and unfortunately, I mean, there was nothing that could be done. So yeah, unfortunately, we had to say goodbye to her, but to those 2. We still have Jonesy and Shadow, though. Our house is a little bit quieter, but not completely quieter. And I already need new wax. So yeah, there was a very good reason for my hiatus. I know you guys, like when I re-listened to my last whip and chat earlier, and just like to see what I had talked about and where we left things off. So I had mentioned that I was having some intestinal problems the day before and I was in a lot of pain and all this. Turns out there was a reason for that. So I was dealing with those symptoms, and then I had some more symptoms hit, which basically like my chest was getting sore and stuff like that, and I was trying, like, I thought it was just my cycle and stuff like that because I knew I was due. And then my fiance's like, I think you need to take a pregnancy test. And so I did. And it turns out that I was indeed pregnant. I did give birth to a beautiful baby girl in April. Her name is Sydney. She was born on October, or not October, oh my god, I don't know why I'm saying October. She was born on April 6th, and her due date was actually April 9th, but I knew it. I knew she was going to come early. So yeah, that is the reason for my hiatus. But when I, like, literally the week after I found out I was pregnant, I got knocked down hard with morning sickness. And quite literally all I did was I went to work, I went to school, and I slept. Like, I even fell asleep doing homework. It was so bad. So yeah, that is why that happened. And, like, I intended to come back a little bit sooner than this, but, you know, new motherhood, lack of sleep, I'm still dealing with school. Like, it was too much for the time. So I was just letting myself get through things. And then now, she is, like, mostly, I mean, she's quite a little trooper. Like, she's crazy. She is, like, crawling and close to walking. We have, like, a giant playpen in the living room that we put her in so she can play with her toys during the day. She's a very independent little girl. So yeah, now I have a little bit more free time. I am still in school, of course. This is my last semester, but then I have to do, like, it's my last full semester, but then I have to do another, like, 2 classes over the summer, and then I am crazy, apparently, and I made the decision to go back for my master's after this. So once I finish up with the 2 classes over the summer, then I will be applying to the master's program. So yeah, there's a few life updates for me. I mean, it was a lot of stuff all at once. It was unexpected and a huge surprise, but shit. Um, but, you know, I'm extremely happy with where my life has ended up, and honestly, I could never imagined it would be here. So, yeah, I kind of like glossed over here. So, the kit I'm working on is Tiger Stare from Diamond Art Club. The artist on it is Jim Zuckerman. I saw this one and it was an instant I have to have it because I love tigers, and I guess I've been really into the blues and purple designs lately, so yeah, I had to have this one. And then, of course, you know, after I got it and opened it, I'm like, I definitely need to do this one next. So unfortunately, there's no unboxing for this one because I got it before I knew I was going to be revitalizing the channel. But I assure you, there will be unboxings for ones to come. And I do have like a bunch of kits that I ordered before I got pregnant that I still need to do unboxing and stuff like that for. So there's a lot of work that I have ahead of me, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to being back in the community and working along you guys because I love this community. Like, I try to be part of the cosplay community, and it's just really not the same as you guys. Like, yeah, I love the diamond painting community. So yeah, I'm working on Tiger Stare. I got my Muni made tray and my pen from Monarch. I do have a new pen, but I'm waiting for some tips. Because, you know, Diamond Art Club and their awesome rewards program, I was able to get their like 5 set of stainless steel, I think it is, placers for free. So I ordered those alongside one of the kits from this week that dropped, and so I will be looking. Oh crap, I missed a couple. Always. I'll be looking forward to trying those out. But yeah, once I get those tips, I will be putting them into my new pen, and then I will be using that one a little bit more. So I got like a year and a half to catch up with you guys. Holy crap. So, yep, school's been going good for me. I actually have been on Dean's List every semester, with just being shy of President's List for the last 2 semesters, which is like a huge deal for me because I was never like the best student ever. Like, I was really bad in high school and my first time through college. Like, I was just not motivated or anything, and I just wasn't happy with the degree I was going for, and I don't think I was really that happy with the college. Like, granted, I made some really good friends, like friends that I still hang out with today, but I don't know, I wasn't enjoying the community college life, I guess. At least academic-wise. But yeah, now I am killing it. Excuse me. I'm made some really good bonds with some of the teachers there because they're all freaking awesome, and you know, they've been so like understanding about everything because, you know, being a mother and like I know I have the boys, my stepsons and everything like that, but being a first time mother is it's a whole thing. It's a whole adjustment. So yeah, like I never like taking care of the boys it was just, I don't know, it's different. It's very different. It's impossible to explain unless you're in the situation yourself. Like, if you've had stepsons or stepkids, you understand. But you know, it's too hard to explain. But there's definitely a difference between being a stepmom and a mom. There's definitely like a new level of bonding that I don't get with the boys, but I definitely get with Sydney. Oh, there we go. It's the last 2 that I missed. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so school's going good. Teachers are awesome. I decided, so the decision for the master's program actually happened a couple weeks ago. I was sitting in one of my classes, which the teacher is actually the advisor for the graduate students. I actually need this green for once. Been doing all blues and blacks. So yeah, the teacher's one of the advisors for the graduate program. And one of my classmates asked what the requirements for the graduate program were. And, you know, I was just kind of like, I was just listening along because, you know, it's what you do. And so they're like, oh, well, you need to have at least a 3.0 GPA, which I have like 3.6 GPA. And you need 3 letters of recommendation from teachers. And I was like, well, heck, that's easy to get. So I was like, well, I guess this is something I can do. It's something I need to think about. And so, like, that night, all the way home, I was just thinking about it, like, the pros and cons, like, you know, I'm absolutely loving being in school and, like, furthering my knowledge, and, like, I don't know, just the praise I've been getting, like, I don't know, I need that validation in my life right now that I'm doing a good job, and, you know, having, like, always getting, like, 90s and above on grades on essays and stuff like that kind of helps with that. So yeah, I thought about it, and then I came home and I talked to my fiance about it, and he was, as usual, supportive as can be, saying, like, if this is something you want to do, then go ahead and do it. Like, you're doing an awesome job right now. I mean, as long as I get a job here soon, yeah, which that's also a whole thing, but I'll get into that eventually. But yeah, he's like, if it's something that you want to do, then you should do it. And you know what? It's something I definitely want to do. And it's exciting because, like, I never, like, imagined that I would be in the position to be able to get a graduate degree. Like, I never anticipated, like, I would ever get to this point. Like, it's not that I think I'm an idiot or anything like that. I know I'm not. I know I'm smart, but, like, I don't know. I just wasn't motivated before, and so the thoughts just never crossed my mind. Come here. I gotta redo this wax, apparently. So yeah, the thoughts never really crossed my mind, and I was like, you know what? I have the ability, I have the time, I have the energy. I'm starting a whole new career and this can help. Like, I'm gonna do it. So yeah, that was some exciting revelations and stuff like that. And, you know, I'm excited that I can be, like, a positive influence for the kids too, because it's like, I'm not gonna force my kids to go straight into college like our schools did to us when we were younger, because, like, I don't believe that you truly know what you want out of life at 18. It's like, you haven't really lived life. You just lived in the bubble of high school. So yeah, I'm gonna encourage them to think on what they want to do, and if they know for sure what they want to do, then cool, go for it. But if you're not ready yet and you're unsure, then take some time off, get a job, be in the workforce for a bit. And then from there, once you have the experience and the understanding, like, you can go into what you want to. So, yeah, I think I would have definitely been more beneficial to me if I had that option, or, you know, if that was actually an option when I was younger, instead of, like, high school sitting there being like, no, you gotta go to college, like, right now. You gotta know what you want to do for the rest of your life right now. It's like, I don't even know who I am as a person right now. Like, at 18, I had just lost my dad. Like, I didn't know how to maneuver life at that point. So yeah, coming back to school definitely has been a good wake-up call for me. It definitely, like, it's like, my confidence is higher. I feel better about myself, and, like, just the fact that I was able to go to school while carrying and having a child, because she was born almost at the end of my spring semester last year. So, like, yeah, the fact that I was able to continue going through school while my body was going through, like, hell, basically. Because I don't care. Like, pregnancy is definitely hell. But yeah, just, like, the fact that I could do it all is just, I'm very impressed with myself right now. But yeah, I will elaborate more on the pregnancy with hell part. So yeah, when I found out I was pregnant like probably less than a week after I posted my last WIP in chat. And, you know, like I said, I was dealing with the symptoms. I had the stomach problems. And then, of course, you know, like a couple of days after we saw the positive pregnancy test, I went into morning sickness mode. So apparently, if I had not figured it out before then, I would have figured it out in a couple of days. So yeah, the morning sickness was just so bad. I was sick basically all day trying to find the foods that worked to make me feel better and everything like that, and it was just a nightmare. And then trying to deal with school and work on top of that, like, I don't even know how many times my fiance looked over at me while I was trying to do homework and I was just asleep because the fatigue was so bad too. Like I couldn't keep my eyes open worth anything, especially in one of my classes. Like I feel bad too because at the end of the semester my teacher's like, oh well, I just lost my wife and I was a little unsure about coming back and, you know, being back in society and stuff like that. And, you know, just being back in this class, it made me feel good even though some of you fell asleep. And I'm like, oh gosh. And he didn't know I was pregnant either. So I was like, oh, I feel like a jerk now. And then, like, I meant to run back around and tell him, like, hey, if you ever saw me asleep in class, it's because of this, not because of you. Because he's actually an awesome teacher. I'm actually taking a class with him this semester too, but it's an online class, so I don't get to see him. But yeah, it was just, yeah, I just felt bad because like I had no control over it. My eyes just closed. I was so tired all the time, even though I slept like 12 hours a day. I get home from work and I want right to sleep. So yeah, that was like the first trimester, and then the second trimester got better because once like literally the exact day I was in second trimester, the morning sickness cleared right up, and I felt so much better. Like I could actually eat and get up and do things, and then of course, you know, the belly started popping out too, so because she was growing. She wasn't really that big of a baby, thankfully, but she was very long, so she spent most of her time inside me, like, using my bladder as a pillow and using my ribs as a footrest. So that was always fun. Actually, I spent a lot of time, my fiance's mom works at the college as a teacher, and so like my spring semester before I gave birth, I spent a lot of time in her office because I had like a break in between classes. I think like the first one ended at 9:50, and then the second one didn't begin until like 1:25 or some weird thing like that. So I was like, okay, well, she's like, oh yeah, you can come hang out in my office and have a quiet place to do homework and stuff. So I would just chill in her office when she was in class and stuff like that. And then, I mean, we spent some time together too because between my class and her class starting, we had a little bit of time where that overlapped. But yeah, like every time Sydney would like do that, I'd jump or something. And then yeah, recently when she was playing with Sydney over at her house, she was like, oh yeah, you used to kick mommy in the ribs. And I'm like, oh yeah. Don't, and she still does kick me in the ribs too, so don't, just because she's out doesn't mean she stopped doing that. And then yeah, third trimester was just rough. I was uncomfortable just because, you know, she was getting so big and, well, like I said, not big, but, you know, she was growing. She was ready to come out. I'll let you guys decide if you want to actually hear the labor story or not. There's nothing really too gruesome in it. But I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, so if you want to leave me a comment to let me know if there are people who are interested in hearing that, and then depending on how many comments I get or what have you, I will determine if I will tell this full story on a stream or not. But yeah, I was in labor for like 18 hours, so it was an adventure, that's for sure. It started in like the middle of the night too, after I had not gone to bed yet, so I was up for like probably a good 48 hours. So that was fun. Let's see. missed a whole section of this, man. Got to get used to the WIP and chat life again, huh? So also, let's see what I think. So the boys are doing good. Getting used to new school schedules and stuff like that, because Alex is in band and plays the trumpet, and he's got a concert actually coming up in April. Yay! One that I can actually go to, because I had to miss his last like 2 concerts, because the first one landed literally the week after Sydney was born, so I couldn't walk yet at that point. And then the second concert happened to fall on the last day of my evening class last semester, so I couldn't go, unfortunately. I gave my teacher a hard time too, because I was like, I'm here instead of at my stepson's band concert. Better appreciate the fact I'm here. I mean, it was just an open mic night that they were doing for the class and stuff like that. And for the first time in my life, I did get up and read my poetry, a poem that I wrote in front of people, which was like absolutely terrifying for me, because like I feel like poetry is my weakest subject. It's not that I'm bad at it, I don't understand it half the time. So like the fact that I got up in front of an audience and read my poem out loud is a big deal, and like I got a lot of good reactions out of it too, so that was exciting. It made me feel really good, and yeah, I just a lot of good feelings here. So yeah, back to boys. So yeah, Alex is in band. Drake is gonna be starting choir here, and I think maybe, I don't know if he is already started it this week or if he starts it next week, or it's starting soon though. But yeah, he actively like stepped forward and said, yeah, I want to do chorus. So that was pretty exciting, because I did chorus when I was a kid, so I'm excited to be able to go to these concerts and see them up there and doing their thing, and it's nice to see the boys like deciding that they want to do something. Like, it's not like we said anything to him about it. Just one day he came to us and was like, oh, I want to do chorus, and we're like, oh, okay, cool, we'll get that set up then. And I mean, we had to wait until the mid-year, because he said he wanted to do it after the initial forms were due for the winter and the fall and winter, so we missed the first round of it, but he's able to get in now, which is good. Signed the permission form and everything, so he's all good to go. And then Sydney, oh my goodness, I hope you guys are looking forward to hearing a lot of baby stuff, because I will be talking about her constantly, because she is my life. So she is almost 1. Actually, she's almost 11 months. She will be in a couple days here, because I'm recording this on the 28th of February. And and then she was born on the 6th, so on March 6th she'll be 11 months old, and I cannot believe she's already 11 months. Got plans made for her 1 year, her like first birthday and everything like that, and it's going too fast, guys. When they say kids age quickly, they really weren't kidding. Because like earlier today I had to go through and clear some space on my phone, because like I have a million pictures and videos of Sydney, so it's like, okay, had to make room so I could actually film this WIP and chat. And yeah, I can't believe how quick it's gone. She, at this point, she already says mama, dada, and she does bubba, which is like bubble for bubble guppies, because that's like her favorite show. Although she does also like Blue's Clues, which I'm excited about, because I watched Blue's Clues when I was a kid. But she likes like the songs and stuff that come on. Anytime a song comes on her shows, like for Bubble Guppies, it's like the main theme, or the song where they're lining up to go outside. And then like Blue's Clues, it's like any of the songs, she just like gets up and starts dancing and screams and has a great time. And like I have like 3 classes that I have to go into the school for this semester, and like on my Tuesdays and Thursdays especially, I am at school from like, I have to leave my house at 1:30, and I'm at school until my last class gets out at 6:15, so I don't even get home until like almost 7 because it takes me half an hour to get to the from the college home, and vice versa. Except for today because people don't know how to go the speed limit. But yeah, so yeah, with me being at school for so long, like I got home today, and she did this with her father too because he had to go in the office today because he goes in the office on Tuesdays and Thursday mornings for half the day. But when we got home, she just like started screaming, like pure excitement, just like ah. And so like, you know, I always mimic her, so when I came in, I started screaming back at her, and then she started screaming again, and we just like kept going back and forth. It was kind of cute. It was pretty cute. But yeah, she's definitely very vocal. She loves her food, let me tell you. Oh my goodness. Do not take the spoon away from her because it's rough. But yeah, she loves to eat, and like so far we've tried a lot of foods with her. And like so far she doesn't hate anything, which is surprising. When we first swapped her onto the baby foods, we tried carrots first, and like she wasn't having it. Like, oh my god, the video was so funny. She was like pouting up a storm, and she was upset, and just making sure that we're still good. Yeah, we are. Okay. She was pouting up a storm and upset, and like, mother, how could you? This isn't my milk, and like so much stuff. It was so funny. Like, she was so mad. And then after that, we tried another food. We tried all vegetables first because like basically a doctor said like first you try the vegetables because once you get them on the fruits, generally the kids don't like to go back to the vegetables because they want the sweet stuff. So like I think we tried a different fruit. I think it was like sweet potatoes that we tried second, and she was like all for it. And then like from there, just like every one we tried, it was fine. And so we're like, you know what, let's loop back around on carrots because, you know, it was the first one she tried. So we thought, like, it had to be something along the lines of, you know, oh, this is new. This is a new texture. I don't know how I feel about this. So come here. We looped back around and tried carrots again, and it was a success. She was very happy with them again. She was happy with them. And, like, since then, I don't think, honestly, yeah, there's not been a food that she hates yet, which is pretty impressive. And like now we're to the fun part where we can just like we're just trying whatever we can with her, like pasta. She likes pasta. She likes garlic bread. What else have I like McDonald's French fries? Oh my gosh, last time we had McDonald's and she was at the table, she like yelled at me until I gave her another piece of French fry. Like I think she ate at least 3 full French fries out of my thing. So yeah, she's a little foodie. She's also a sass master, which is so funny. Just so any of you are aware, and people around my age and having or deciding to have babies, if your parents cursed you with a child just like you, the curse is real. My mother cursed me when I was like, probably a teenager, I think. I can't remember how old I was, but I think Mom knows the story a little bit better than I do. But yeah, she cursed me with a child just like me. And guess what? Now I have a child just like me. I apologize to her father all the time. I'm like, I'm sorry, there's 2 of me now. Which, you know, he just laughs and he's like, it's fine. Nah, it's not that bad, but, you know, she's definitely got her moods like I do, and yeah, and she's a little schemer. Oh my god, she'll look at you and like act all cute and stuff, smile at you, this giant smile, and then rip your glasses off your face because, you know, that's just what she does. So yeah, we got her plans for her first birthday set. We got a pavilion. My sister-in-law is going to help us with food because she used to do catering and stuff like that. So she's pretty good with that kind of stuff. And, you know, for Denise, that's what they call her, Denise. They will do anything for her. So that kind of helps. Yeah, just gotta decide, or we just have to decide on cake or cupcakes, but that's gonna come with seeing how many people are coming, because I think we had, our invite list was like 50 people or something, once you count in like families and stuff like that, because we got us and our group of 5, and then my friend Evan and his wife Heidi. They also have 3 kids. Actually, they have 2 twin boys who are born 2 months before Sydney. We actually just went to their first birthday party, and Sydney was flirting with one of the boys. So we always made jokes like when we found out like I was having a girl, I texted Evan. I was like, okay, arranged marriage, go. And then Sydney started flirting with one of them, but she flirted with the wrong one, which is funny. I was like, well, I guess she chose that one, that twin. So yeah, like once we get the family counts and everything like that, it's a big number of people that will be there, assuming everybody comes. But we're guessing that we're probably gonna have around 30-ish people, which that's looking pretty on par right now with the people who said RSVP'd yes so far. Okay, I need to fix this wax situation. So you'll just hear my voice for a second. Let's see. Come here. Oh, nice. That came out so easily. Yeah, right now I'm just using the Diamond Art Club wax because when I was still pregnant, like the smells of everything were so like affecting me so bad. Like I couldn't use any of my nice scented waxes. Like I was so disappointed too, because Laura sent out it was like an apple version of WE Wax to her subscribers, and oh my gosh, like it smells like home to me. I grew up around apple orchards, and I was so like, my morning sickness was just so bad that I couldn't even like use it. So I haven't used it yet, but hopefully I will use it once I get my new tips. So yeah, I'm just using regular Diamond Art Club wax right now, just because it was just easier to pull out, because I kind of disassembled my whole crafting area. Actually, we did a lot of moves in the house. So before, we had our computer desks upstairs in our bedroom, and then just regular downstairs and everything like that. My fiance said that he wanted to move our computers downstairs so that when the boys are here, we can still spend time with them while playing our games and stuff, because what was happening was we'd be upstairs on our computers, the boys would be downstairs in the living room, and we didn't really spend much time with them. And that was starting to bug my fiance, because he's like, no, I need to spend we need to be spending more time with them, which is understandable. It's like, yeah, I get that. So he said he wanted to move our computer stuff downstairs, and then I was like, because my brain, I am not capable of like picturing how a room looks in my mind with stuff down there. And so I was like, I don't know how we are supposed to fit this stuff down, because like our couch that we have is like a couch with a chase off the end of it, so it's an L shape. And then we got a giant ottoman that takes up half the living room. And then, and then on top of it, we had like the bouncer for Sydney and stuff like that. We had so much stuff. I'm like, I don't know how we're supposed to fit all this down there, because like the layout of the room is kind of funky too, because it's like, oh, is it just like, it's like a giant rectangle, but then the dining room is on the end of it. It's so bizarre. Yeah, basically like it goes living room and then into the dining room. So like I was stressing about it, and then I was also stressing because it's like I've lived in this house for almost 3 years at this point, or well, I'm at 2.5 years right now. So yeah, I've been in this house for 2.5 years, and like stuff on the walls and stuff are still stuff from his ex-wife and everything like that. And I was like, yeah, it's starting to feel like not my home, which I know it's silly to think and stuff like that, but I haven't really decorated anything yet. And so he's like, okay, what do you want to do? And so we totally revamped the living room. Go. Why are you sticking? Yeah. There we go. So yeah, we totally revamped the living room. I knew you fell here. And then, so we painted the walls. They were like a light blue or dark blue. It was some sort of blue. No, it was a lighter blue. So yeah, we painted the walls white, and then we did black trim around it. And then our curtains are red. And then we're looking into getting a rug that is like also going to be like red and black and stuff like that. So that was actually my fiance's idea too, because like he knows red is my favorite, like red and black are my favorite color combination of mine, and he's like, oh well, I think that'll look nice down here. So we did red, black, and white, because you can't really do red or black walls. It just doesn't work. At least not the red that I want to do, like the big bright fire engine red. like the color of 666 drills, like that's the red I would like, but it would be too bright on walls. So yeah, we painted down there, and then we completely rearranged the living room so that like the way we had things facing before, like everything's opposite now. And then we have our computer desks down there, so we are actually able to be down there with the boys when they're here, which I'm sure the boys kind of love and hate at the same time, because they can't get away with anything anymore, but they love having us near. So yeah, we did that. But then with me wanting to do this again, I was like, oh wait, but now I haven't had a craft space to work. So yeah, I mentioned, actually, it's funny, this all happened today too. Like, I was thinking about doing my WIP and chat. I did, I sat in live with Laura's live on Monday, yeah, because I was totally blowing off homework to do. Don't worry, I did get the homework done, but, you know, I got a little distracted first. But yeah, when I was, like, sitting in there, I was like, man, I definitely missed this. Like, I missed being here and doing all this stuff, and yeah, I missed being active in the community. So I was sitting at school today, because today was one of my long days, and it was in my between classes, because I think I've like from 3:15 until 5 between classes, and I had already gotten my homework done, and I was just like, I was thinking about my diamond painting and scrolling Instagram, and I was like, you know what, I think I want to do this tonight. So I texted my fiance, and I was like, hey, I think I'm going to film my WIP and chat tonight. And I didn't get a response from him, because I figured he was busy with the baby and stuff like that, because he was home here with her and getting dinner ready and all that stuff. So I got home, and we, like, as usual, like, basically what I do is I come home, I take the baby, and then I get her in bed, and then my fiance, like, finishes up whatever he's doing for dinner and stuff like that. So he had her all ready for bed, and he had her bottle upstairs and her pacifier upstairs all ready to go. And I came up here with her, like, because I was carrying her, because, you know, when I get home, I get my hands on her, and she doesn't want to let go of me when I get home. It's so cute. And then came up here and walked in the room, and there's a desk in here now where there wasn't a desk before. And I looked at him like, I was just going to film my WIP and chat at the kitchen table. And he goes, no, because that's what he does. So yeah, he took the time to get my desk upstairs and set up here so that I could do this video, which is like, I'm always, he always surprised, like, not that it surprises me, but, like, you know, it just, every time it just amazes me that, like, we've been together for almost 3 years, excuse me, and he is still, like, doing this kind of stuff, like, making sure, like, anything that I need, he just takes care of, and it's just so, it's very refreshing after some of the people I've dated in my life. So yeah, my desk is all up here, so now I can create my little crafting space in my room here, where our computer desks actually used to be. Actually, where my fiance's computer desk used to be. Now it's where my desk is. So yeah, I think tomorrow I will be up here messing around and creating my little crafting nook. It's my crafting / book nook, because also my bookshelves are in this corner too, because, you know, when we found out we were having the baby, I had to completely, like, we had to completely tear down my craft room, which kind of sucked, but at the same time, you know, it's for a good reason. We got a cute little bundle of joy who brings us lots of enjoyment. But yeah, like, I don't have a crafting space now, so, like, I had the kitchen is, or the dining room is currently got cosplay supplies everywhere. It's got diamond painting supplies, got party supplies for Sydney's birthday. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. It's funny how these tangents happen, huh? So yeah, like, I gotta get the downstairs all picked up and organized and stuff, and get things in places where they're supposed to be and whatnot. So yeah, back to Sydney's birthday. So yeah, we got the pavilion. We're gonna do a Sailor Moon themed birthday party, which I found the cutest little Sailor Moon dress on Amazon, and I'm so excited. I can't wait to put her in it. She's just, I think she's gonna have a blast because she likes having attention on her. Huh, I wonder who else likes that. Definitely not me. But yeah, she likes having attention on her, and she just likes having people looking at her, and like having a whole party that's gonna be all about her. I think she's gonna eat it up. Oh yeah, I didn't say where I got my cover minder. I actually got that from Bev. The shipping cost probably more than the cover minder itself, but I didn't care. I needed it. Oh, the static. Yeah, apparently I got one of the kits that was at the mercy of the Diamond Art Club static, but it sounds like they fixed things according to some posts I saw on Instagram earlier today. Yeah, I thought it was weird because I was like, man, Diamond Art Club usually doesn't have this much static, and when I was kitting this one up, like, the drills were jumping everywhere on me. I was like, man, that's so bizarre of them. But it sounds like they got the issue fixed, so, and we'll find out, because I do have another kit coming. Oh my gosh, this week they killed me on new releases, because, like, there's at least 5 of them I wanted to buy off the jump. But, you know, I can't because I'm not working again. Oh yeah, I gotta talk about that. So yeah, I couldn't afford all 5 of them I wanted, unfortunately, so I had to pick one. I talked to my fiance and he said I could get one. So, like, yeah, I was just like, okay. I like the, Magician's Table, which, you know, that one sold out so fast. I was amazed how quickly it sold out. That was one of them, and then, like, the 2 tiger ones, because, like, there was the Her Journey, and then there was, like, Tiger on a Rock, I believe it's called. And then what was I can't remember what the name of the other one is, but it was the, I can't remember. My brain is just gone because I've been doing homework all day. But yeah, so there's like 5 of them I wanted. So, like, I went through and I watched unboxings that people did, and I was sold on the unboxing that Miss Coffee did. It was Her Journey. Just, like, I don't know. I knew, like, the tiger ones were probably going to be the ones winning out over the others because I like tigers. Who would have thought? It's my favorite animal. But yeah, then I was just like, I watched the unboxing that Miss Coffee did, and, like, the drills, the special drills they put in that kit was just so pretty. And the placement, like, where they're supposed to be going and everything, oh, like, I was sold. I'm like, yeah. And then, you know, like, most of the creators ask to comment to see, like, oh, or which one, like, is this going to be a get, a want, or a wish list? And I'm like, nope, that's a need. That is a 100% need. And so, sure enough, I was at my phone at noon, because I live on the East Coast, so I have to wait till noon. And I jumped so hard on getting her journey, and I got it. So it's on its way, and I'm excited, along with my new tips that are coming too. Yeah, I get after right before I was going, or right before the hiatus, I ordered a bunch of kits. I think I got some from DIY Moon Shop. Might have ordered from another company too. I'm not sure though. I know one of the companies I won a gift card for, so I spent that and stuff like that. So I will have those coming, and Craftably there. I think I have some Craftably ones that I have to. Yeah, I do. Yeah, so I have some Craftably ones that I got as well that I still have to unbox. They've just kind of been sitting in a corner waiting for me to be ready. So yeah, and then I do also have a couple unboxings that I filmed prior to me feeling sick, so we will work on getting those posted. And I say we because my fiance is crazy helpful when it comes to all this stuff. He's my tech expert. He's the one who does all my video editing, and he's the one who designed my my images that I have everywhere. So yeah, he's he's my tech guy. He's really good at this stuff. Oh yeah, so with me getting back into my cosplaying like I was before, I want to just mess around with resin. It just seems so much fun to create things out of resin. I watch so many resin pour videos too. Freaking Instagram just throws them at me, so I'd watch them, and it's man, I really want to do that. And then actually me and my fiance, we both we pooled our Christmas money this year and got a die cutter. We got a Cricut, so I'm excited about that. And then I realized if I start messing with resin, I can possibly make diamond painting trays, that would be so much fun to do. And then if I do that, we have the die cutter, I can make stickers to send out. So possibly something that might be coming down the pipe. We'll see when I have time and money. Money, job. There we go. See, eventually we get there. So yeah, when we last left off, I was just starting my job back at the hospital. I did work there for a decent amount of time, even though it doesn't feel like it because I was on maternity leave for a lot of it too. But yeah, I quit there in September, and it was due to scheduling problems. So we agreed on a schedule for me upon coming back because I was in school. So I told them I need my weekends. I need my weekends to do homework. You have me 4 days a week here, because I was gonna do the 5 days a week, but it became too difficult because I was finding that I couldn't get homework, my late in the week homework done, because I didn't have any free time in there. So I ended up going down to 4 days of work, and then I had Wednesdays off. So yeah, they wanted me to work my 4 days a week, and then they also wanted me to pull weekend shifts, and I was I can't do that. I told you when I started here, I'm going to school. That's going to be my first priority. I need my weekends to get homework done, because that's the free time I have to do my homework. And and of course, they ambushed me with this while I was on maternity leave, so I was upset. I was crazy upset. Of course, hormones. But yeah, they ambushed me with this on my maternity leave, and I'm really, this is what I'm coming back to? You're I am going to be leaving my child at home for hours a night. Granted, yes, she will be asleep for the entire time that I'll be gone, probably. Well, not the entire time, but majority of it, because her bedtime is 6:30. But I'm leaving my child at home to go back to work, and this is how they're treating me. And it's just man, this is terrible. And so, like, I was like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not working weekends. And I told you that right from the get-go. And they're like, well, there's nothing we can do about it. So I was like, well, fine, then I quit. And so I did. And I've been looking for a new job ever since. I did get a job at, like, PetSmart, but then I realized that, no, I'm not retail material at all. So, I didn't last very long at that job. But currently, I am in the process of interviewing for an editor position at the company my fiance works for. Actually, they are, like, working extremely hard to get me hired there. Like, yeah, they know my history right now, and they know my drive, just because, I have my fiance. They're, like, telling them, like, oh yeah, she's going to school and she raising her child and carried her child and all that craziness. So yeah, like, they know. What are you? No, come here. Just throw you over there. Oh yeah, so they know what I've been through the last couple years. They know that I will be a great worker because of the fact that, I did all this craziness, and I did it well. I guess is the easiest way I can put it. Just like, yeah, I carried the baby, I delivered the baby, I still pulled 90s in my classes, so yeah, definitely a decent employee. So yeah, I'm in the process of that right now. On Friday, I did a skills assessment, which I hate tests. I'm so bad with tests. I mean, I always think I'm bad with tests and then I end up acing them, but still, I stress out so hard over tests. And, like, I told the guy that too. I'm like, yeah. Like, I'm just nervous right now. And he's like, oh, it's fine. You're doing good. And so he was, like, really reassuring and stuff like that. And he also messed with me when I was having some technical issues too, because, like, my camera wasn't, or at first we couldn't hear his audio and stuff like that, and then we got that fixed. And it was like, and then I heard him for a second, and then, like, he started, like, talking, but he wasn't actually talking. He was just, like, mouthing things. And then I'm like, wait, it's not working again. And he goes, nah, I'm just messing with you. I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, seems like a fun person to work for, that's for sure. Because then, yeah, that's what I walked into for my skills assessment. So yeah, skills assessment's been submitted, and we're just waiting now for. Basically, they said, like, they're doing all the skills assessments for people, and then once they do all of them, then they will call people for the next steps. So honestly, I feel like as long as I can get through the skills assessment portion and I did a good enough job there, then I feel like the rest of it should be easy going, because, like, they're hiring 2 editor positions right now, or 2 editors right now. And, like, I may not have a history, like, I may not have, like, a previous job experience right now, but I do have the school experience. So, and, like, like I said, the company knows me pretty well at this point, so hopefully, fingers crossed, that all works out. Because if it does, I can buy a lot more diamond paintings. A lot more. Because, that's why we work, right? To buy more diamond paintings. Buy more diamond painting supplies. But yeah, I would like to. It'd be nice if that will work out, because then I can have a steady flow of stuff on the channel. I can continue to try new diamond painting companies, because I definitely want to try Jade's store. I can't remember the name of the actual store off the top of my head right now. But yeah, like, I went on there and I got so excited because, obviously I'm an English major. I love to read. And the fact that there's a Court of Roses and Thorns fan art on there, I was so excited. Like, I even sent pictures to my friend and I was like, oh my god, girl, why am I broke? And she's like, I know, that is so awesome. And then I showed her one of the more steamy pictures, and she was like drooling. And of course I was like, yeah. And then I was looking through this while I was on camera with my class, and she's like, oh, is that one of those times you wish your face had an inside voice? I'm like, I hope it did, because oh my goodness, if anybody was watching, that would have been embarrassing. But they only see my face, not what I'm doing on my screen, so But yeah, it still would have been funny. I promise I'm a good student. Not just scrolling diamond paintings while I'm supposed to be paying attention to class. Mom, if you watch this video, ignore that segment, please. No, I was still paying attention, still answering questions. It's a Viking literature class, so it's very interesting. And like right now we're reading an interesting saga. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head because, you know, all the names are interesting. But I think the coolest thing about that class is like my teacher is like, he's known for his studies in linguistics and stuff like that. So when he reads the original Viking stuff out loud, it's so cool. It sounds so cool because like it's like you're actually listening to a real Viking saying it. Let's see. So I talked about the kids. Cats. The two cats we have remaining are doing good. Jonesy and Shadow. They seem to have recovered pretty okay from the loss of the other two. Because, you know, like, Jonesy had been with Elvie his whole life. Shadow had been with Pippa for most of her, or for all her life. So, like, just 2 years of his life without her. So, like, I was concerned about how they all would be reacting. At Christmas time, I will say, though, we definitely felt the absence of Elvie because, oh my god, Jonesy and Shadow would not stop fighting over the freaking tree skirt. Like, they like, if one or the other laid on it, the other would just, like, chase him down and, like, beat him away from it. It was so frustrating because it's like, oh my god, guys, just stop. Oh yeah, and right now we're dealing with the fun, so it's winter here. It's been pretty cold here. Like, we've been in the 20s for a few days. Like, today we actually got up to 40s, and I'm not kidding when I say I felt like a heat wave being in the 40s. Like, it's been a rough winter this year. We actually just got over an ice storm. Hit us on like Thursday, and then I ended up missing class on like Thursday and Friday because of this, because our town seems to forget that, you know, even like we live on a dead end, but they forget like, oh hey, people down there might need to, I don't know, leave their driveways. So they don't come down here and plow or anything like that. So like our road was frozen solid until like Saturday or Sunday, one of the two. So yeah, so I ended up missing class because of that. But since it's been so cold, the mice have been coming into the house again. And it's been interesting because there was the cats are getting outsmarted by these mice. Like, it's pretty funny, actually. There was one mouse that actually hid underneath the stove for a while and stuff like that, and Jonesy just could not get it. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, eventually he did catch it. And so he caught the mouse that was hiding under the stove, and we got it out of the house and everything like that, because we try to like save them. I know, like, just tossing them outside, they still come back in, but you know, if we can, like, if the weather's warm enough, they won't come back in, so we just toss them outside and hope they don't come back in. So after Jonesy caught that mouse, after like days of trying to catch it, like, he literally stakes out in front of the like fridge and the stove. Like, he just waits and just lays there all day long. So after he caught that mouse, I gave him a treat and let him lick the remainder of my bowl of ice cream. And apparently, like, that kind of, I don't know, instilled a good behavior in him. Because the other day I was sitting there, I think I was actually working on my diamond painting, and I'm just sitting there doing my thing, and then all of a sudden he comes in and just meows at us, and I'm like, wait, he doesn't usually meow at us, what's going on? And so I look at him, and he's got a mouse hanging from his mouth. And I'm like, wait, what? And I look at my fiance, I'm like, Jonesy's got a mouse. And he, like, leans forward and he looks at Jonesy, because we were both sitting on the couch. He leans forward, looks at Jonesy, and Jonesy just meows at him, and this mouse is just, like, dangling. I'm like, oh my gosh, that was just so funny. And so, you know, my fiance did what he did. He, like, grabbed a glove and grabbed the mouse and threw it outside. And then we gave Jonesy a treat for bringing us the mouse. So we're reinforcing the good behavior of him bringing the mouse to us. So yeah, it was pretty funny. Oh my god, like these animals, they're so special. We'd rather that Jonesy catches them over Shadow because Shadow will eat them. And honestly, I would much rather grab a live mouse than I would a dead one. Like, it's gross. Is it the last 5? Yes, it is. Where are we at a time? Oh, we're at an hour already. Wow. So yeah, I just want to definitely say, I'm sorry again for just like completely vanishing on everybody, but I hope, hopefully you guys just understand because, it was a situation that we were not planning on. Like, she was definitely a major surprise to us. And I mean, like I said, I'm so thankful that she is part of our lives now, and I absolutely love her, and she's just like the best little baby girl ever. But she did take a lot out of me at first there. Oh, excuse me. So yeah. I think that will be it. So yep, I am back. I will definitely be posting more videos in the future here. And I hope you guys continue to watch. Bye!